What is a secret you've never told anyone? Was driving on the road by myself. Had to take a shitty real bad. Missed my turn to get to the McDonald's not once not twice but 3 times because my maps weren't working right. I couldn't hold back the eruption that was about to come, so I pulled off the side of the road and let loose an ungodly shitty on the side of the highway with people coming by. Wiped with napkins from my car and used hand sanitizer. I just hope nobody on the highway noticed who I was. That I ate dog food when I was little. I am scared to death for no real reason. I scream very f***ing loud to myself in my car in the parking lot at work before exiting the car to walk into the building. I park far away from others so I cannot be bothered any more than I have to. I DK if I just hate my job, but I scream every morning. It helps. Spoiler alert. You hate your job. My cat was biting my ear and he bit and licked one part. That made my legs shake. Probably would be better to find my sweet spot with someone else than my cat. Pissed on my carpet as a kid. My best friend's little brother rubbed his dick all over my friend's deodorant when I was sleeping over. He thought it would be funny. My friend went to the bathroom. And he just did it for fun or something. It was funny but weird. My friend and I were in 6th grade and his brother was in 4th. Now we are 22 and graduated college. I know it's dumb, but that secret has lived at the back of my head for the past 10 years. When I was 13 I found my father OD'd in the living room. He always said he had a bad back and liked to sleep on the floor. I think this might have been the 3rd time. But this time I just remember thinking I could call someone or I could walk away and we're all free. I knew though if he got up I knew I didn't do anything to help, I would have got my ass kicked. So I left and went to Tim Hortons, got a 6-pack of donuts and sat in the park and cried and ate them waiting for someone to come find me. He lived though. Few days off work like it never happened. You were 13. Still a child and it sounds like you were in immense pain. Please don't blame yourself. When I was 6 I was playing tag with my sister who was 7 years older than me. She ran into a room and locked the door and I was like, this cheating FCK, so I found a hammer and tried to went to town like I was Sledge in R6, made some good holes in the door. When the parents found out I straight up blamed my sister and they believed me. I had a crush on Shannon in 3rd grade, don't tell her. Few years ago I fell in love with Hooker. I'm the middle child and when I was about 4 or 5, I got jealous that my brother had a VHS tape of his first day party but I didn't. So I pulled out all the tape and disposed of the evidence. I am tired. I am exhausted of life even though I am only 18. I would be completely okay with going to bed one night and not waking up. I have also distanced myself from my emotions so much that I no longer really understand emotions anymore. What is worse, I have no drive willpower to fix it. The best I could equate it to is it is like I am drowning. And I know I am going to die. But I neither the drive nor the willpower to swim up. I come from a loving family and have almost nothing truly bad happen to me. Yet I am exhausted and tired of life. It really makes no sense. And I hate myself for it. Depression doesn't always have a reason. And plenty of people with good lives and no real problems end up with depression anyway. So you're not alone in that. I wonder if I might have been molested as a child, because ever since I can remember, I've fantasized about sucking on several men's dicks. It's always the same scenario. Me under the table. Loads of men sat around the table. I just put their dicks in my mouth until they pee. I've had this scene in my mind since I was a child. Before I knew what BJs were. And I remember being very interested in my own genitals. Like playing with myself a lot and finding it pleasurable. And one time as an adult, I had a really intense orgasm after my boyfriend fingered me, and then I had a flashback to an older girl that was my mum's friend's daughter. And I am sure she fingered me when I was a child and gave me an orgasm, or some intense feeling in my genitals. I don't feel very often. I know what I'm expected to feel. And I know how to emulate those feelings, but I don't really give a damn. For instance, If a close family member dies, I can pretend to be sad, but I just don't care. I deal with severe panic attacks, and I don't feel like I'm alive on a daily basis. I've got something called disrealization where I basically don't even feel real and have to constantly remind myself I'm not in a dream. It's so f***ing hard to live life normally. I feel like I died 10 years ago and this is ghost body continuing my would-be reality. It's much better now, but it still is challenging to live. Combine that with all the other issues I deal with in my life and it's hard to look forward. I've never been closer to ending it all, but I really don't want to. I'm hanging on by a few threads. I do something called maladaptive daydreaming. There's a subreddit for it. I created a character in my mind when I was 13 one day in art class and dealing with a lot of school and family issues. Basically I kind of disassociate and imagine the character and their world, which includes friends and spouses that are real people or other characters I've imagined. They've been married 3 times. This world is my go-to when I'm doing something tedious, trying to fall asleep, or are just bored, like being on a road trip. I'm 50 years old and relatively successful in life, married, a mom, friends, decent job, etc. But I still go back to them multiple times a day. It's weird, but I don't think I can stop. I don't think I even really want to. I secretly binge on amphetamines after my wife and kid go to bed on a Friday night. Makes me useless on a Saturday. No one knows. Battling to stop. You should really tell someone. Support will help. Once had a sleepover with my friends. I was 17. There was 3 boys and 2 girls. The girls slept on one side of the room, boys on the other. Luke woke up for no reason and noticed Don was awake. Luke scooted over and took a peek at what he was doing. More like whom was doing him. Logan. Quietly BJ'ing Don noticed Luke and started to freak out. He begged not to tell anyone. Luke promised he wouldn't tell if they left the room. Don and Logan weren't seen till morning, about 2 hours later, when they were caught by Logan's dad sleeping nude with each other on the couch. Logan was thrown out of his parents' home and had to stay at Don's house for 5 or so years. Traveling to NY and swapping houses once. Logan finished college and so did Don. Me and Don are happily married till this day. Good try, Mom. Dang it, son. I'm probably gay. I ate my twin in the womb. I now have the strength of a grown man. And a little baby. I'm sorry. Sometimes I fudge my roles in D&D. To make my character fail things. Because I think sometimes that the negative thing that will happen is a lot more interesting than getting away. Like I purposely failed against a mind control spell so my character would get captured once, and it was so much more fun playing that out with the resultant drama of rescue and PTSD. I go to bed every day wishing to not wake up. I fantasize on having a terminal disease such as cancer and just let myself die. I'm not a sad guy. I'm actually a fun and overall sociable person. I'm a fairly successful musician with an international career. I have great close friends. My family is overall okay. I'm not suicidal either. I just lost all the will to live. I'll do my stuff while I'm at it. But I still sleep with that thought every day for the past few years. I dated my best friend's girlfriend. They were having relationship problems and split up a few months before we graduated high school. She had been one of my best friends since kindergarten. We started talking but were both not wanting to rush into anything since we didn't want to complicate things for ourselves and hurt our mutual friend. After graduating, things got serious between us. But we still kept things under the radar. After a couple months, we both realized that we were walking a tightrope by playing around in the dark like that. So we decided to call it off. They're back together now and neither of us have told him about it. I think things ended as cleanly as possible. But I still feel guilty about the whole thing. He wasn't exactly the best boyfriend to her either. Which I guess is why she found comfort in me. But I still love the guy. At this point I don't know if I should tell him. since it's been nearly 2 years and they're doing great now. I feel like a jackass about it. I broke the vase on the table. It wasn't the cat. I hit it with a towel and blamed the cat. I'm depressed but have no idea what to do about it. One of my best friends passed away last year and I'm still not over it emotionally. I got a tattoo as a way to grieve, that's just my thing. But he was buried in another state and I cannot visit his grave to try to get through the process of coming to terms and I'm stuck. He was practically like a twin brother to me. We were so alike in the way we did things, the things we liked, etc. I miss him every day and my group of friends have no idea how bad his death rocked me. We talk about him, but none of them were as close to him as I and one other guy was. Us three would stay up all night gaming and talking about the stupidest stuff. I miss my brother every day and wish I had time to say proper goodbye. In first grade, just a couple months in at a new school, I slipped and fell on the blacktop during recess and SCR pedal bruised something, can't recall what. Teacher let me back into our classroom with an ice pack, then went back outside to supervise the remainder of recess. I eventually had to go to the bathroom, but thought I'd get in trouble for going without anyone's permission. So I just sat there and eventually pissed pants. Kids eventually returned. Someone noticed the puddle. I suggested the bag of ice must have leaked, and a couple kids helped clean it up with paper towels. No one suspected a thing. I live my life waiting for death. Everything's normal though. I am sorely attracted to my wife's father. Worse, I covertly took a video of him in the shower and masturbate to it from time to time. It is easily my deepest shame, especially as I tell my wife everything, except this one thing. That's a big one. I once saw two little girls playing one of those grapple arcade games trying to win a stuffed animal when I was 14. I saw them lose, and I went over to them and tried to win it for them. I got it on the first try, and it made their day, and their smiles made mine. It is more of a wholesome secret, but I'm embarrassed of stories like this. I don't like to look soft. That I'm B. This is my moment. In the late 70s when I was 13 or so years old, they had a big TV event. Friday the 13th or Halloween or something. For those who are young. Long time ago we only had 3 channels and got really excited when they played something cool. Plus we had these big plastic things called records which played music. My buddy and I knew a girl who was babysitting. We went and banged a knife on the window while she was watching TV. She freaked the FCK out, understandably, and called the cops. We never spoke about this. I am going to message my friend right now. I feel so bad about that FK'd up shitty. I want to die. This one you might consider sharing with someone else. Obviously I don't know your circumstances, but I often find that whatever is weighing on me feels much less burdensome after I've shared it with one of the people I trust. Well, why would I tell you? Alright then. Keep your secrets. I'm Batman. I don't believe you. Seeing as I'm Batman, I would know that you're lying. I got a blowjob from a transvestite. I told my friends I didn't know. I knew.